So, good morning, Gary.
Good morning, Sean.
You said there was a date that you could print off the paperwork. I tried to find it online, but was it the 16th or the 18th?
It's the 14th, Monday.
14th, okay, Monday.
Yeah, Monday you can get your papers. I think they have to be in physical paper. Needs to be in, I believe, by January 15th or 16th. But you can send it in online, just that we need to have the live signature on the piece of paper before the middle of January. That's legislation that's coming from the provincial government.
Okay, well, I doubt anyone's going to be printing it off on the 14th and rushing it in by the end of day. So we got some time. So you can pick it up on the 14th or print it off on the 14th.
Yep. And then just so that people are aware, City Hall is going to be closed definitely from the 24th on through to January 1st or 2nd. And then people will be able to get it to us after that. So
my assumption is that for businesses in town that have paid for their renewal for the business license of January, that because you added as a payee, like we talked about last week, they'll be mailing them out, I'm assuming.
I'm not positive on that. Good question. Let me find that out.
Okay. So I have a question for you. You want to dive in?
Let's go.
Okay. So we know that the hotels are fairly booked up. People are going to continue to come, but we obviously are not supposed to, so you can't go visit mom, dad. You can't see your grandkids, but people are coming with the hotels open. That poses sort of the opposite of what we're allowed to do in terms of holidays, visiting, that type of thing.
Right. That's very right.
Right. And this it was more of a comment this person had, but I guess the question inside of it is, what gives?
Well, and that's it. We've been asking people not to come unless it's essential travel. Some of the hotels, should be open in case there's workers that are in the community and need accommodation, that sort of thing. There's a couple hotels that have closed down because they're basically tourist-based and they want to do the right thing, and they're looking at that. So again, we go out to the community and say, hey, if we do the right thing, then we're all going to be able to get out of this on January 8th and not have to button down the hatches any longer. However, we cannot stop travel. That's out of ours. That's provincial realm and federal realm. And so, as I've mentioned time and time again, it's the constitutional right of Canadians to travel amongst provinces and move forward. However, we look at that. We look up to higher government and say, hey, we're concerned. But by the same token, we're concerned about how we stay safe here. And so I've been getting the message to people, please just look after yourself. And if you look after yourself, you're looking after your neighbor.
I mean, the reality is that every rule that comes down the pike, it's going to end up being contradictory in some way.
Yeah.
Right? Non-essential travel, but your business can stay open. Well, a hotel has the right to stay open, but that also promotes non-essential travel. So that's just one example of the catch-22 that we're in.
Yep.
And I get it. You get it. You know why people are frustrated. You can spend all day with your grandkids, but how dare you walk into your kid's house? Some things are, to me, are a little dumb. Don't get me wrong. I would probably still say, Dad, take care of Jack. Clean him up. Wipe the baby's bum. Bring them back here. You walk in that door, Dad. Roundhouse. We're not spreading germs amongst the kids.
Poor Rob.
I know. But I get it. I get why people are frustrated.
It is. And you know what? We did become complacent over the summer. We traveled. We did the things that we normally did when there wasn't COVID. And we were expecting that to carry on. And now when people are closer in close quarters and it's easy to spread this sort of thing, that's what's happening. People are still social gathering. We're doing incredibly well here in Revelstoke from what we were 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we had a flare-up, but we seem to be coming down.
Yeah. And so one new case as of over the weekend, so up to 50, but only 14 are active.
I think that's the important keyword. I understand the bigger number is what hits media. I get it. I understand why we use the taglines that we use, but the important number was that the amount of active cases are less, and those cases are at home.
Exactly. They're all quarantined. They're at home. Another week, they'll be recovered.
Yeah.
So that's what we anticipate. But that doesn't mean that, and we see some of the reports in the media about those who've come together to work in the community and they're living in houses as a group. And that's what we talked about last week, was about that family bubble. That's your new family and how to protect self. Everybody needs to be looking in the mirror saying, okay, I need to mask up. I need to keep myself clean and do whatever I can for myself. But by doing that, I'm keeping, my roommate safe.
I bet you like Jergens has gone up in stock so much with people's bone dry hands after using rubbing alcohol for so long.
I think you're right. I think we should have thought about that and bought stocks in the spring. But anyway, that's kind of where we're at, dealing with that sort of thing, right?
And I think it's important to bring up, we joke about 2020 being a dumpster fire that it is, but 2021 is not going to be magical either. Like, it's not going to stop January 1st. We're going to keep rolling into this. I can't imagine that we haven't even hit winter yet. When we have our winter, we could still be going through obstacles, problems, hiccups, 1 step forward, 2 steps back, and so on and so forth, probably till spring until...
Well, I agree, and I think we're going to see the numbers spike and then go down and spike and go down. And I'm predicting. I'm not, I don't have that magic ball that says, "Hey, this is exactly what's going to happen." But you're right. We're rolling into 2021, and we've already got our back against the wall. And so we're looking at that, going, "Okay, how are we going to motivate forward?" And so if we can get through the season of brotherly love right now, and actually make sure we follow the rules from now until January 8th. Maybe when we get to that point, Bonnie Henry said, good, you guys have done well, where you can travel the province again and go back to at least that. I'm not sure whether she'll do that. She may have further restrictions or just release some of those restrictions on January 8th. As hard as it is, we all need to be following those rules so that we don't have to be like this forever. And I know it's wearing on everybody. I look around the community, people are worn out. They're tired of COVID. They're tired of not being able to socialize.
When did we first go into lockdown? Was it March?
Yeah, March 12th, I believe.
Wow, so we're getting closer to a year, just a couple months away for a year. Wow, It's been quite the change in our world.
Yep, it really has. So
I can't imagine there's too much going on from City Hall because businesses, all of us were ramping up for the next week just to ramp down for the holidays. So I can't imagine there's nothing too exciting beyond council run and in January.
And, so I just want to mention the Chamber has got, has collated all kind of the Christmas activities that are going on, whether they're virtual or in person or whatever. So there's some stuff there. Community Futures has put together the Revy Open website, so you can actually get local products online, and I just encourage people to support the local businesses. My God, they need our help more than ever. So if people can do that sort of thing, let's look at that and see what we can do for the community. And then, of course, Community Christmas Dinner is still on board, but it's takeout only. So you have time until, I believe, December 18th to register for receiving a meal, whether it's pickup or delivery. So make sure that's that you're registered for that. That's a great community project as we move forward. And I hear somehow they've convinced Santa to be present. So we're going to look at those sorts of things and say, hey, it's a way to include community members, but in a safe way.
All right, and the Spirit of Revelstoke Award winners, I got that list here. So Ken Talbot, Ward Kermer, I hope that said that right. Kemmerer, there you go. Larrett Robinson, Kathy Hammond, Hillary Shrama, David Starr, Lisa Lamoth, Dave Holdner, Roberta Holdner, Norbert Dubois, Christy Shaw, Sharon Tippie, Jason DiNardo, and Ainsley Renyard. Those were the Spirit of Revelstoke winners of 2020.
And congratulations to all of them. It's and the Spirit of Revelstoke Awards is volunteers. So those are people who've contributed to our community, not just in a short time, but some for a very long time. So congratulations to all of them.
And don't forget to vote Mo, because Mo knows. Sorry, Mo.
Awesome. Thanks. Take care.